Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Cade here. Hope you guys are doing great today. Today we're going to be talking about tiebreaker tactics and how you can win more tiebreakers. So this is a question that we've received and we'd like to do a video on it and talk to you guys about how you can do better in tiebreakers. So when I was younger, I used to struggle a lot in tiebreakers. There's even a couple matches where we would go to tiebreakers and then I would just fall apart. I would get so nervous, scared, tight. There was actually a particular match that I was playing at my Atlantic Championships, and it was the match to go to Nationals, and it went to a third set tiebreaker, and I was just a wreck, and I lost 13-11, and then that loss kind of carried on with me the next couple of years, and I really struggled in tiebreakers. But then I figured out 5 tips that I want to share with you guys on how you can do better in tiebreakers. So, tip number 1 is big targets. So, when you're playing in a tiebreaker, it is not the time to go for the lines, okay? If you're going to go for the lines, it's high risk. You might make some, but chances are, since it's pressure, you're going for the lines, most of them are probably going to go out. I highly suggest going for big targets as it's high percentage too, so you're going to be getting more balls on the court, making your opponent hit more balls, and maybe forcing an error to them. So big targets, super important. Number 2 ties into the big targets a little bit, but it is margin over the net. So this is one thing that really helped me when I was trying to figure out how to get better at tiebreakers, was margin over the net. So if you are hitting low, like with a couple feet, like close to the net or the net cord, it's going to be really tough on you in tiebreakers, because when you get nervous, your ball flight will get lower automatically just because you're nervous, you're stressed of the tiebreaker. So if you play with a higher ball flight over the net, it's going to be high percentage. And once again, it's going to help you hit deeper balls in the tiebreaker, which will put your opponent under pressure automatically. So it's a safe shot, and it's going to be hurting your opponent in the end. So super important to have that nice ball flight high over the net. Number 3 is don't play too safe. Now, I know I mentioned the big targets and margin over the net. However, that doesn't mean you can stay 50 feet behind the baseline and just kind of rally and, moonball and whatnot. You need to make sure you're swinging through your shots. You need to make sure you're playing smart but aggressive. You don't want your opponent to bring the play to you, because when you're aggressive, you're putting your opponent under pressure, and most of the time the person that's being aggressive wins. So be smart, but not too safe, okay? So you can use that margin over the net and the big targets while being aggressive, okay? So don't play too safe. Number 4, this is super important, because I used to fall into this trap all the time. When you're playing a tiebreaker, super important to do what's best, or what works best for your game. If you serve wide to the deuce court and go to the open court, if that's one of the patterns you're running through the match, don't all of a sudden serve and volley in the tiebreaker. Like, that would make no sense, because you haven't been doing it in that other pattern has been working for you. So another example would be if you're hitting to somebody's backhand and they're not getting it over, well then why would you hit to their forehand? So play to your strengths and do what works best for your game in the pressure situations. Don't be trying to do things that you never do or things that you're uncomfortable with. Play your game, play to your strengths, and do what you've been doing the whole match in the tiebreaker. And last but not least, I think one of the most underrated things you can do to help you win more tiebreakers is breathe. And that goes for almost all points in the tennis matches, but when you're in a tiebreaker, we all know that feeling. You can get pretty stressed out, you get nervous because you just want to win so bad, but it's really important to breathe and to take your time. I can't emphasize that so much because it's so important. So after you're done a point, take a little break. You got like 25 seconds, right? So take your time, take a deep breath, get yourself together, and get ready for the next point. Also, breathing just does not happen after the point. Let it out during the point. So if you grunt, grunt. If you breathe, breathe. It's really important to let it out after the point and during the point because you don't want to be keeping those stresses inside of you during the match or in the tiebreaker. So those are 5 things I wanted to share with you guys on the tiebreaker. I'm going to show some footage of a tiebreaker I played yesterday with my good friend Finn, so shout out to him for playing with me yesterday. Okay. Alright, so here we go, tiebreaker. Start off with a nice net clearance there and a couple of those balls. Kept it simple, came to the net, put him under pressure. Actually, in this tiebreaker, guys, we were only allowed to have 1 serve, so we were working on our serve. Under pressure, so only allowed 1 serve. So I missed my serve there, so he gets a point. Nice serve by Finn. I got a little bit of short ball, good net clearance though. Come to the net. Ooh. That was a pretty good shot. Got lucky on that one. Had to come up with the goods. So he missed his serve there, so now it's back to me. Nice net clearance on that one and a nice big target. So good shot by Finn there. Yeah, that backhand was a little too safe, guys. I had good net clearance, but it wasn't deep enough. So he punished me. So a little too safe on that one, actually. So that's one that I probably should have swung through a little bit more. So yeah. A great deep return there, big target on that return, and very good net clearance. Good serve. Oh, Finn almost had me on that one. If he actually went for a bigger target on that, he would have got it. But he played that really well. Another good serve for me there too. One thing on the serve, guys, you can still go for big targets on the serve as well as net clearance, especially with the slice and the kick serve. So it's not just on ground strokes I'm talking about this stuff. You can hit a very heavy serves too. That last backhand, that was not a good idea, very risky, and I did miss it, and I end up losing these 2 points. Good high percentage serve to the backhand, worked out pretty well. Another good serve to the body. So that's what I was talking about there. Like, I don't need to go for the big flat bomb all the time. You can go for a body serve. Like, he went to a body serve on me right there. That worked out very good for him. Good change up. I think I give him 2 serves here. For some reason, I forget. Caught him off guard with the slice and got the tiebreaker. So, as you guys can see in that tiebreaker, I was doing these 5 points. I was playing with big targets. I was playing with a higher margin. However, I did get too safe a couple times, and I did get burned. Finn hit a nice passing shot, one of those points. But super important to focus on those 5 things. If you enjoyed the video today, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. We've seen some recent growth, and we're really happy about that. So we're going to continue to get content out for you guys, and we're super excited about this channel. So thank you for tuning in for today, and we'll see you on the next one.